Hello everybody and welcome back to another Friday evening of F1 TS Hub. We are here for round 2 of season 12 and this is our 7 PM podium tier. Big welcome to the commentary box to two special guests, two former race winners at F1 TS Hub, Sean and Odems. Welcome back, guys.
Yeah,
hello.
It's been nice to be back here at Bahrain. Always a track that's bring always some action like in this track. So looking forward for what the podium tier can produce, and now with a lobby more drivers than we had in Australia, there should be plenty of action in qualifying and in the race.
Yeah,
Hopefully less crashes.
I was just going to say 18 drivers, but we didn't have many finishes last time out. Do you think we'll see a different story here in Bahrain?
I'm hoping so. There's not as many track places where you can spin around Bahrain, and the track is much wider, so there should be a lot more finishes, there should be a lot less crashes, and there should be a lot more overtakes as well, because there's a lot more straights on this track.
There definitely is lots of places to overtake, but of course we got qualifying to get underway first. Obviously Liam took the first pole position. We're on board with him now. Last time out in Australia for season 12. Obviously he didn't have the best race, didn't score any points, but he'll be looking to bounce back from that, as I'm sure will some of these other drivers that had game glitches or they crashed at turn 6 or turn 12.
I feel like Stevie goes very wide into turn 9. That's going to be a problem area for a lot of drivers. I feel like, yes, last week we were sort of watching that race, hoping to see the pecking order of the drivers, and I feel like we still don't really know. Like, I think it's all to play for still, because that race was just so all over the place. So I think this one will be more of an indication as to who's where in terms of speed.
Do you agree with that, Sean? Who do you think our front runners are going to be, or who do you think is going to be challenging for this second pole position here tonight?
I'm just gonna think Liam is having a good chance, but also he's now running on the soft compound of tires, and I think drivers here are gonna be maybe putting on some soft lap time here to maybe secure that they can do the one stop, even though you can do it on the
I tell you what, that's a good lap from Danestar. Sorry to interject. That's a really good lap from Danestar.
You normally don't see that in the podium there, 26.4.
Yeah.
It's normally stage times, but
that genuinely would probably put him, like, I don't know, maybe just outside the top 10 in prestige. That's a really good lap.
Yeah, nothing strange on his sector lap times though. I'm just checking the race director, but yeah, it seems all legit to me. So it's actually big fight, and also goes in 27.6. So I think those guys are gonna do a one stop on the super softs and then mediums, I reckon. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to qualifying now. Dynasty, yeah, just what you said on it. And a bit surprised actually with that time.
I was asked to, in the late night talk show on Sunday, me and John were both asked to pick a winner for each tier. I went with Danestar, as we see Gaza gets a 5-second grid penalty, so he's obviously had an incident. Stevie's retired.
I see something again. On the track. Yeah. Oh, he's out in turn
14, 15?
Yeah, oh, there goes Ermi also in the wall. He hasn't had any damage, but I think he was just scared by the Stevie. It is pretty hard corner there in turn 14, just the long left hand, just the car can be a little bit wobbly after that, and yeah, also pretty weird place to crash, but hopefully he can recover from that in the race.
Alright, Odems, we'll start with you. Obviously, of our new drivers who joined us for their first race last time out, who impressed you, and who do you think you still's got more to give?
I'd have to say Stevie. He was really good until his glitch. He was up in 4th place and he was looking solid, so I would have to give that to Stevie for sure.
And Sean, what about yourself?
Yeah, I think the Haas's, with Jamie, I think he looked like really good, and it was just very unlucky that he was off in turn 2. That was just actually very unlucky for him. and also with his teammate Ols, that he had that glitch, you know. If he didn't have it, I mean, he could have gone for another pit stop and didn't have to worry about much tire wear. So I think Jamie has also a good chance along with Ols. That's just my reckon.
I believe Red Bull took the most points in this tier last time out, so they're obviously a force to be reckoned with. What other teams do you think we can expect to, as Jamie's just leaving the pit lane now, Joret's out on track. A lot of these drivers didn't really get any points on the board due to either their own mistakes or glitches from the game. A bit of a messy race in Australia, but Odems, you recapped it on the website www.f1tshub.com/news. Talk us through briefly what happened.
Well, first of all, Liam got pole, but he got swamped off the line by Jamie, and then unfortunately Liam tagged the back of him, which sent Jamie into the wall. And so yeah, we continued on. A few drivers crashed out. Liam was leading the race until the safety car was called on around lap 4, which prompted Liam to enter the pits on his ultra softs, but unfortunately that's when he suffered his race-ending glitch, which saw him get disqualified for no real purpose. And that gave Jonas the lead as Gazzaman pit for super softs. And then after that, it was just Jonas and Danestar battling it out for the entire race, while Gazzaman, on his ultimate strategy, caught them up. Then those three had a nice little squabble. Oh, and yeah, Danestar came out on top, but Gazzaman came out on top. Jonas took second after Danestar had a penalty, and he took third.
And Sean,
Nick is out of the race, by the way.
Yeah, Nick's out of the race. So we saw last time out, Sean, that a second covered around the top 10, I believe. But here we're seeing 1.2 second, the gap between second and first. Danestar's just obviously been practicing. He loves his track, and Sean, he's just pumped in an absolute stormer.
Yeah, I mean, you normally don't see those times in the podium tier. It's normally for like just the prestige or maybe the pinnacle, but in 26.4, you know, that is an absolute bonkers of a lap time, you know, for a podium tier guy like Dynasty, you know. So if you can push maybe a little bit harder, you know, he can maybe even do a 26, a high 25. If the tracks are just right, and I think Dynasty knowing him, I think he can probably do a 25 to maybe even bring a shocker in there. So
he said in his pre-race interview that he doesn't like this track.
Well, we can see that he liked this track, obviously.
I think that's very possible. That's what the same as me as in Abu Dhabi, where I don't like Abu Dhabi typically, but I just always do well there.
But now, recently not, but...
Well, no, even recently I do well there.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I'm just on board now with Jamie. He's now going on the medium compound of tires, so maybe he's gonna get a shot going into the top 10 with those tires, but I highly doubt that is even gonna happen, I think, because due to the difference between the supers and the mediums, but I just hope for him all the best, but I think he's just gonna go for super softs at the end of this quali section. And Dynasty is still sitting in the pit lane, so I think he just, or late in the quali, he's just gonna retire, or just even just pumping up that extra lap time. So
he's just put in the stream that he's going to try and get into the 125s. Do you think anyone can challenge him? Liam gets under a second.
Yeah, I think.
I don't think anyone's beating that lap, if I'm honest.
I think Liam can be between 26s, but nowhere near Dynasty's lap time. You know, just. I think Dynasty just has this in the back. I think.
Yeah, when he put down that lap, I had to look again to make sure that wasn't like a 28, because yeah, very quick lap from Danestar.
Alrighty, so 7 minutes left of the session. Danestar is currently on pole, Liam in second, Razor at third, Ols fourth, Rex fifth, Gaza sixth, Ermi seventh, Jora 8, Nick is retired in 9th, 10th is D-Boy Dan, 11th AR Gizmo, 12th Stevie G, 13th White Eagle, 14th Jonas, he just moves up to 11th, and Jamie pops in up to 12th on those mediums. So 17th is Dazik, 18th is only one phase, and Stevie is currently 16th, also retired. So Nick and Stevie won't be setting any further time. Jamie pops into 12th on those mediums. What strategy do you think he's trying to do there?
I think just medium to supers, I reckon. But it would be pretty weird to actually see that if Jamie can push just now in his second lap, even though he's now on none on his EOS mate. But I think if he goes on his next flying lap, just find maybe an extra 10, because that's now the difference between 10 and 12. I think he can maybe have a shot actually to still be in the top 10, but then with medium tires, so he can even bring a shock actually if he can make this happen. So I think he's gonna go for medium to supers, I just reckon.
And are we looking at one stop here for most of these drivers, do you think?
Honestly, for podium tier, I know the podium tier always likes an extra stop. So I imagine most drivers should be two stopping. Should be one stop. Oh, Gizmo's lost it. Turn, I think, 13. Spun the car. That's actually where, coincidentally, Nick crashed out.
Yes.
So Gizmo, he kept it out of the wall, so he's going to start his lap again. He just got his front right wheel on the curb, and that was sayonara. But yeah, I imagine that the one stop is quicker, but I imagine a lot of people will be two stopping, because that's just what the podium tier likes to do.
I think so, yeah. But also, I think in record, even though you do the two stops, I mean, you still have to account the traffic, you know. So I think that's not really the fastest option, in my belief. Just even though you have fresh tires till the end, but the gap difference between your rival and everyone else is just way too big.
That's the thing. The two stop always seems like it's going to be the quickest, and then it just never works out. Almost no track is the two stop quicker, or anywhere near quicker.
Gaza just jumps into third place, so Red Bull 1 and 3rd at the moment, and Jorit's just come across the line to start another flying lap. Yeah, crazy times that when you look at how close the field was in Australia and how spread out it is now. Yellow flag in sector 1. What's it for, Sean?
That's now for Dinosaur and Gazaman. The both Red Bulls are now out of the pits, and I'm just actually looking forward what Dinosaur can actually do now on this lap. Actually, can he get into the 25s or not? That's actually now the question. So we just have to keep an eye on Dinosaur going for his lap. You know, I actually want to see if he can make this happen in 25 in a podium tier. That would be, I think, one of the greatest things for this season, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure. If he got into the 25s, I think a lot of people will be looking at him thinking, what are you doing on this tier? For sure.
I think they're gonna raise many questions if he is even suited for this podium tier. Maybe even go jump through Pinnacle, maybe. Or just even Prestige there. But the season is just short right now.
Well, hello to everyone watching. This is F1 TS Hub. Of course, this is the podium tier. We are coming to the closing stages of round 2 for qualifying. Is anyone able to knock Danestar off that lap? And can he improve himself? 25, he needs to improve 4 temps if he wants to get into that 25. Jordan comes into the pits.
I'm just now going on board with Dinosaur with his lap time. He's now obviously in overtake mode. Fastest way to go in 8th gear. Stopping.
He's got some traffic.
Yeah, what is he gonna do? There's the Force India of, I think, Awa Gizmo Desert. Yeah, Awa Gizmo, so he needs to get out of the way. He does that very nicely. There's yellow to sector 1, but that's obviously for Awa Gizmo. But he's coming there. I think that's turn 4, I believe.
Yep.
Now comes this tricky section that is always so difficult in this game with those curves, so you have to take it easy. 5th gear. He leaves the chicken out to 6, and over that curve it is so annoying to drive the curve, but he takes it very nicely. Comes this little hairpin, and then this turn 10 is very tricky corner. Don't look up there. Brake is late as you there, and he takes a very nice exit. DRS flat open. He's still in overtake mode. It really burns your D rate, you know, in all other gears, but he still has lots of it left. So taking that curb just way too high there also, so I don't know if it is gonna happen, but the lap so far is looking pretty clean, and
he's
got a good exit.
He's using a lot of the track, isn't he? All the curbs, over the white line, everything, every ounce of that track.
Oh, he's getting not the greatest exit. Is this lap's gonna be valid though? That's the question. think not. No. Oh, he actually
Just
improved.
improved.
1,000.
4,000. Yeah, he was 4,000. He was barely up on his time in the second sector split. I think he was
He
really
just
one
have
to
enough time, you know, just to even. He just have enough time to even save something for his battery and everything, and for his EOS. But I don't know if he's going for another lap.
Ermi? No, Ermi. There we go.
Three-time
26.8.
champion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good lap time for him also. 26.
His mojo's coming back, perhaps.
Mhm.
So you've got a lot of drivers on outlaps. So you've only got one driver in the pits. That's Zeke. So he's obviously finished with his qualifying. But everyone else out on track, either starting a lap or completing a lap or on an outlap. It's going to be a frantic end to this qualifying session. Danestar has given up on that one. So he is.
I think he's going for another one.
Do you think he's going to try and get round and?
I think so. He still have. He just, I think, just have enough time to even going for another lap. Because I think he was in line with 1 minute 47. So I think it is doable. But he's going for another lap, but he needs to hurry up. Prime is retired from the qualifying session. I don't know where he was, but yeah, now Ol's gonna get to his final lap time, but he has the Red Bull of Gazman behind him, so that's gonna be very, very annoying for him. So Gazman's gonna get held up here by the Haas of Ol, because he's also on a flying lap, you know. So
yeah, Gazman's had to back off.
Timing. Yeah, it's just unfortunate timing for him.
D-Boy Dan, I think, just moved into 11th there. No, sorry, that was Stevie G.
No.
Popped up. So Nick pushed down to 10th. Jamie, he's just...
He's 9th.
Yeah, Jamie's 9th on the softs though.
Razor is coming into the final corner.
Yeah, Dennis has given up.
Razor,
he's also on a lap.
Razor took his first win, of course, last season. Doesn't look like he gets the best of exit. What's it going to be? DRS is open. 27.4 moves him up to 4th position. So Gaza in 5th. He's going to have to settle for that. We know he's not improving. What can Ols do in his Haas?
Liam as well coming to the final corner.
Is coming, yeah, from the final corner. It doesn't take that much of the curb there. You actually have to even get a very nice race, but this one is not going to improve his lap time.
No.
And just beats it into the wall. Yeah, not great for him as well. Gazaman is, yeah, unfortunate time with him. With Ols, it is very unlucky, but what can Ols do? Can he improve that with a 26.6.8? Goes not improving.
Nope.
Jamie has already
given up. So
yeah.
Stevie.
He's, I think, the only one. But I think he has given up, so he's gonna
so
stay
is White Eagle.
And Gazaman, he's on his lap. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think smartest is for Stevie as well. Just he's now sitting in 11. He has 3 sets of of tires, and he's pretty close to the top 10. So
I think Gazaman actually improved. Gazaman improved his lap. He just didn't move up.
Oh, yeah, I think he has. Yeah, he has improved his lap time.
So, as all the drivers come back into the pits, we'll wait for this session to count down. 18 drivers, 1 pole position, and Danestar, we said it'd be hard to beat him. His first pole position, I believe, at F1 TS Hub. Odem's round Bahrain sets himself up nicely for the race, doesn't he?
No, I think he's his second. I feel like he got one last season.
I
think he did. Either way. First of this season for sure, and set himself up very nicely.
I expected maybe even faster, but I think his second lap was just maybe a little bit rusty, I think. But yeah, still a fantastic lap time by him, just to see in 26.4, you know. So actually a very good result.
Well, let's bring you confirmation of the official results. Of course, we'll also find out who's starting on the soft tire, if anyone, inside the top 10. So we've got Danestar takes pole position, Ermi in 2nd, Liam in 3rd, Razor 4th, Gaza in 5th, Ols is in 6th but has that 5th-place grid penalty, Rex in 7th, Jorah in 8th, 9th is Jamie, 10th is Nick, Stevie's 11th, D-Boy Dan 12th, 13th is Jonas, 14th is Gizmo, 15th is White Eagle, 16th Stevie, 17th is Zeke, 18th only one FaZe, and we can see inside the top 10 that only Jamie has qualified on the soft tyre. Stevie will have a free choice, but he'll of course move into 10th when Ols takes his penalty.
Good qualifying from Jamie.
Yeah, even on the soft, and even now, unfortunate that his teammate has a penalty, but but I think 11th, I think he has a very good chance, you know, just he starts in the top 10 now, obviously with also his time penalty, but he has a free set of tires, you know, so he can shake up some things, but it's gonna be interesting.
Well, Danestar confirmed it's his second pole position. He got Belgium last season, so
I knew it.
there we have it. He knows what it's like. So Liam has pressed the tick, even after the stewards last week issuing drivers messages not to do that. So he's gone before the tier coordinator. But we'll wait for Gaza to ready up, and then we'll get this race underway. We'll be able to see, obviously, what tyre choices from 11th to 18th are going to be choosing. Now, tell me this, Sean. Ols, obviously, with the penalty, he'll start 11th rather than 6th. Is he locked into his tyres still?
He's still locked on his tyres as well. That is one thing, yes. He is still on the soft supers, so Stevie has the choice of going on the medium compound of tires, so he needs to get this formation lap as useful as possible to heat up the tires as best as he can, because they needed to, because it takes quite a while. And the rest has D-Boy Dan, Jonas, Gizmo, White Eagle, Stevie, the Zeke, and only one FaZe, all starting on the soft compound of tire, but they have, I think, collided with each other, so they have to be on the grid and they have to wait for anybody else for them, so I think they have a little bit of a disadvantage off the line, but yeah, the rest all starting on super soft side, I mean, yeah, all still locked on his super, so pretty annoying for him, but hopefully he doesn't think about it, you know, just to get it, you know, and just move on to the race and grabbing some important points for Haas. And Jamie, obviously in 8th place on the softs, he will be reckoned maybe to get a podium. I think that's gonna be a target that he really wants, especially after the Australian Grand Prix. So I'm gonna keep an eye out on him.
Odims, we saw in Australia behind the safety car, AR Gizmo on those soft tyres, I believe it was, really struggled when the safety car came in because they just weren't warm enough. So these drivers that are on the soft and the mediums, how important is it for them to get temperature into the tyres during this formation lap?
Supremely important. I remember a different race for a different league I didn't get my mediums heat up in time, and off the restart on the last corner just completely spun the tires. No, it wasn't a league race, it was a practice race in F1 TS Hub. All CVG and D-Boy down disqualified. Obviously that means only for the formation lap and not the actual race. So yeah, it was in a practice race for TS Hub. Really just a fun race in general, and yeah, spun the tires completely, lost the back end, and went from the lead to like 6th. So you have to get those tires warmed up. You may think in your head that you don't want to wear them out, but you'd rather wear them out a little bit than have them cold.
Alright, as the drivers line up on the grid, Sean, pick a winner for today.
We're gonna win today. I want to say Danestar, but I don't know. I think Jamie has a very good chance, but I'm just gonna say Liam.
I'll say man.
Alrighty, well there we have it. We'll wait for the 5 red lights. Here they are. This is round 2 Bahrain podium tier. Here we go. The 5 red lights are on. Yes, they are. And away we go.
Oh, wow.
Danestar gets a good start. That was a bit of a strange light sequence. Ermi gets swamped a little bit. You got the Renault on the inside of Ermi. Is he going to try down the inside? The car's using all of the track. I'm not seeing any carbon fiber fly up anywhere just yet.
That's Stevie.
Someone just came barreling into turn 1, took Gaz and Razor with them. He only gained 7 positions.
Look at Jamie, 5th place.
Drivers fighting side by side. There was a bit of a wedge there after turn 1 as well by 3 drivers. Jorrit gets a 5 seconds stop-go penalty, gaining a place. Perhaps he wasn't able to give that back. But Rex there, the biggest loser in that. Gaza and Razor as well. Both race premium drivers struggling there as Dazik is battling with only one phase. They've got the Force India's got wing damage, but
D-Boy Dan and Ols. Oh my god, that was a little bit aggressive from D-Boy Dan. Just wanted to go down the inside there, but with the tires not really warmed up, you're just gonna make those mistakes. And there goes, Guzman tries to move there. Also lost a lot of places. He's gonna get it.
Liam's hounding Ermi, but I just wanted to say off the start, I think it was Rex. I'm pretty sure it was Rex. He just
Stevie's round. Stevie's round. He's hitting his teammate. He's hitting his teammate.
Liam's out.
Liam has retired by that. Oh, Liam retired. What happened to him?
I was on board with him. I don't know what. It must have been some sort of lag. But he was on the back of Ermi. Then his car just jolted violently to the left.
There he is.
And all of a sudden he was out of the race. It was really weird. I don't know. It must have been some sort of lag, but his car just sharply turned into the barrier.
Jonas and Jamie into turn one. There's a Haas there as well. Haas of Jamie, Mercedes there as well. But what happened to Liam? He'll be so disappointed after Australia. We're hearing he's been lag striked into the wall.
Jamie almost going to the Ferrari.
Jonas has done so well to end up with 4th position. I am so impressed. We were all talking about Jamie on the opposite strategy, but Jonas is all the way up into 9 places he's gained. Amazing start by him.
4 drivers in the pits. Yeah, Razor, Stevie G, Dazik, and the other Stevie.
Yeah, Stevie G was in a very good position to start on the mediums, but he had tangled up, and now his mediums that he wanted to start is actually very gone. And it's almost just stopped, and his third is almost just ruined. Oh, that's an Vegas round. I think with cold tires on those softs is just not really working right now, and he spun off, so no incidents further there. But now Dynasty just having now already a 4.9 lead over Ermi, so fantastic start by him, and also his start was just phenomenal. It was just like a Bottas 2017.
Oh, White Eagles round. Oh, and he just tagged the Toro Rosso, only one phase. Just gets tagged by. It didn't ghost.
He gets a stop-go penalty as well, White Eagle. That's just unlucky.
He was obviously in a dangerous place. His car didn't ghost, and only one phase. She just came around the corner.
Jamie with a dive bomb on Joey, but he doesn't make it. Oh wait, that's Ols. Sorry, that was Ols. Man, he just having a dive bomb and a half, but he didn't.
What's happened to Ermi? Nick's got ahead of Ermi there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you made a mistake. I was about to say that Nick also was gone under the radar. He crashed out in quality, and now he's up into 2nd place. He's had a fantastic start as well. All because of, I think it was Rex who just plowed into the back of Gaza and took Razor and a few other people with him. But yeah, Dane started running away with this when Nick and Jonas and Jamie have just all benefited from a bit of action at the front.
We'll see whether Danestar can extend his lead now that Nick's in 2nd place. We know Nick obviously moved down from the pinnacle tier last season to this season 12, so it's 6.7 at the moment. We'll keep a close eye on that gap. There's someone going wide there. Bit of
Ermi's in the wall.
Ermi's in the wall. He's lost the back end.
Yeah, his tires are not in good shape at all. I think they've overheated.
Yeah, they already overheated.
Destroys, it takes the Rolex board out. A good bit of advertising there, but he's going to head back to the pits. And for a driver that's won so many races, so many podiums, he's perhaps struggling to get to grips with the tires on this game. You would say, Items.
For sure, I won't be surprised if he didn't even know the tires were supposed to overheat. I'm not sure if he's even factored that in. He's so recent to this game. But
slows its cut down in time.
Jordan almost with a dive bomb on Jamie, but it doesn't work, and his supers is just gonna run out of time. They even passed Jamie, who is just on Jonas, just on the softs. So Jordan has this to be done if he wants to overtake Jamie. But yeah, if he keeps up like this, then his super is gonna be very much out of the back. And Ermi is also in the pit. Yeah, just unlucky for him. Yeah, but if you I always say, just take it easy on your first couple of laps. Just. Off the side, if you're just pushing straight away, then after lap 4, your tire is going to be overheated, and there's no way you can recover from that.
So Ols and Jamie getting very close now. Is this Ols' chance? Is he going to sing down the inside? DRS is open, of course, and he thinks about it, but that's not the best place to overtake. But it's always worth a look. Try and put the driver in front off, make him miss his braking point. But Odems, how often do we see in Bahrain where drivers are able to follow closely because the straights enable them to keep with the car in front?
You see it a lot as Jonas is catching up onto the back of Nick. But yeah, the straights, that's why I love Bahrain. There's a lot of places to overtake, a lot of places to set up an overtake. And speaking of overtake, Jonas has Nick in his sights.
Ols is in.
Daniel has an 8-second gap to Nick, who's now overtaken by Jonas.
Yeah, he doesn't defend. He knows that. I think it's just almost gone, you know, so he's just gonna let him go through. But although he's trying to do a switch back, I mean, almost working that. Around the outside, can he make it stick? He's very, very low on ERS. Can he brake later? No. Maybe he'll try to go to switch back. I think he can work that.
He backs out.
He's just gonna give up, yeah. Smart, yeah, probably the smartest decision. So Jonas up in P2, so good start by him.
I was going to say in qualifying that I think Jonas qualified 14th. I was going to say that's a bit of a, you know, from what we saw last week, how well he did defending, leading the race, a bit of a poor showing for him, but he's obviously making this strategy work. Sean, if we want drivers to stop it, those who started on the supers, what lap do we expect they need to take those tyres to?
I think at least lap 7. That's just a very good benchmarker to get those supers to the mediums. But I think lap 7, 9, those are kind of reaches like on the old game. You can do that to make the one-stop work. For the softs, I reckon it's even longer. I think lap 12 or 13, I believe. So, like for Jonas and Jamie and AOR Gizmo and D-Boy Dennett, they can go pretty long in the race. And having those fresh mediums, I think they can. It's gonna be some handy for.
Here we go with the massive DRS train. Nick getting it from Jonas, Jamie getting it from Nick. No, Jamie doesn't get it actually. Just a
Here comes Mercedes.
Yeah, George just slides past Jamie. Jamie not really putting up a fight. I have to say, very smart racing in a lot of these podium tier drivers.
Oh my God, he's lost it almost.
He almost.
Yeah, now Gazman's gonna go for it.
In it.
Gaz has got back in this race after a poor start. The Mercedes hits the Haas.
No, Jamie, no, again.
Oh my God! I just said clean racing, and George just plowed into the back of Jamie.
I think he has no broken front wing, Jamie. So I think he's now.
I think he's still got a broken front wing.
I don't see any on the car right now.
Look at the right end plate.
If you get a good camera angle, I don't see anything.
Yeah, I can't see anything either. I see the halo just blocking the right hand side. I can see the left hand side. His wing looks intact to me through that corner. So Bookstore just putting on the chat that he thinks Jamie's going to get a podium today. That's obviously not going to help his chances, but how much will that affect his tyre wear, do you think?
I think not too much. Softs are okay. I don't think it'll affect it too much. No, I think he's definitely not throwing damage. At least a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, I was watching on board as Danestar pits. I want to say something about him afterwards, but I was watching on board. I was saying that we were seeing some clean, smart driving. But Jor, in his attempts to defend from Gazman, just plowed right into the back of Jamie. Lost a bit of his front wing as well.
Gaz is in.
Gazman has to pit as well because he is in the back of Jamie. This is a domino effect, really. And,
is Gaz going to have to wait, get delayed here, do you think, Odems? Yes, slightly, he's being delayed. Front wing change as well.
For Gazman, he's the person who hit into the back of Jamie. Sent Jamie into a further.
George is on the mediums.
I just wanted to say about Danestar that, you know, we saw his amazing qualifying pace, and in the race he was still the quickest person by far, and his tires were in perfect shape, and he hit at the perfect time. So, really the full package from Danestar. I don't want to jinx him, but he's doing very well.
He's in traffic now, so this is going to be about using that pace and...
He's going to send it.
Send it down the inside.
Send it.
Oh, get close.
A little bit of contact, but yeah, that's always going to happen in that corner, so... Nothing to be really harmed there, just good move by Dynastar, so...
I think we're in for a really good strategical battle here between Danestar and Jonas. Jonas is on the quicker strategy. Danestar is probably the quicker car. on a slower strategy. So if we can navigate the traffic cleanly, it could be close between those two.
And look
and
at
held up.
look at Gizmo as well. Started on those harder compounds. He's up to 3rd position now. Rex as well is up to 4th after that poor start. So obviously some drivers have pitted, but Danestar really making work of those tyres and the fresh tyres and extra pace that he's got.
Also DRS as well, so extreme smart move by him. And yeah, Nick is in the pits and he go for a set of mediums and also in front change. So he's going down in the race. He can make this work. 21 laps. I reckon he can make it. Just if he can take it easy and warm up the tires quick enough, then he can definitely make it.
Alrighty, well, we've got, let's run through then. Who has come into the pits? We can see that everyone has except the top 3 and Jamie and D-Boy Dan. So, Jamie, if he does have wing damage, obviously he's obviously able to drive, continue with it. And obviously he'll change it when he stops rather than have to abort his strategy.
Yeah, I think he's fine now. I think his wing is intact. It's just
if you look at the corners he takes,
he's got a good one on Rex here. When you go down the inside, he will.
Yeah, even with DRS, still faster than Pineville, but I think his tires is done on Pineville, so I think he's reckoning he's going to be on. Going to the pits at the end of this lap.
Good stint though for Primeville Rex to take his tyres 8 laps. Obviously he went wide there, but he'll come into the pits and you expect him to be fitting a new set of tyres this lap.
Yeah, I need to fix his wing as well.
Army meanwhile was hounding the back of Stevie in 11th place.
Yeah.
Has Stevie pitted? No, he hasn't.
Yeah, he pits. He's on 6 lap old supers, and he had I think the incident. I think in the first couple of corners.
I think Stevie actually just got past Remy then.
Oh, yellow flags, sector 1. That is for Jamie and D-Boy Dan. And Jamie's all into the gravel, so I don't know what happened to him.
I don't know. Maybe D-Boy Dan went for. I don't know, surely, I think that was just Jamie's mistake, because there was a car in between Jamie and D-Boy Dan, it was Rex.
Yeah.
He's now ahead of them both. So
D-Boy Dan spun all of a sudden.
I think maybe they had separate incidents, or maybe Jamie just sort of had his own incident that affected D-Boy Dan. Either way, Rex has found himself back up into 4th place, and Jamie's going to have to do it all over again.
Danestar pushing AR Gizmo out of turn 9 here. He wants past on those fresh set of soft tyres, obviously are the net race leader
on the fight on.
Into 2nd place. Gizmo perhaps thinking about the longer strategy here. You can see the carbon fiber of Ermi's car there. So the Ferrari man currently in 10th position at the moment. Razor is quite close to Nick as well, as he DRSs it as they head down the back straight.
Yeah, I think Nick just got past Razor on pressure tires. What was I going to say? Yeah, that was where Danestar pretty much lost the race last weekend. An overtake on Gizmo. He was too impatient, but he for sure sorted that out today. So
Rex is in.
That will chase down Jonas.
So lap 9.
Yeah. He can definitely make those mediums work. So I wonder if he can maybe even close to Dynasty if he just keep him consistent. Oh, he has his front wing change. I mean, that's something not gonna happen anymore.
So, Odems, tell me this. Jonas, he was in the Stewart's driver briefing. He answered his question, the tough question, it has to be said, about not winning a race yet. Danestar is gonna have to close that gap, because you would say Jonas isn't gonna stop more than once, whereas Danestar is gonna have to make another pit stop.
Yeah, for sure. Danestar's gonna have to complete one more overtake on Jonas, which he struggled to do last week, which ended up in that titanic battle, and I'm very happy actually that these two are gonna come to blows again. Because if last week was anything, then it's gonna be fiery, but just on the edge of the field.
So Bookster, who's watching, Jonas first, Danestar second, Jamie third was his prediction. He now wants to change Jamie with Gizmo for 3rd position. But if you're watching, give us a prediction live on the chat. We are on lap 10 out of 29. Lots of action still to come here as we're seeing Nick and Razor battle it out.
Still going side by side. Ooh, it's
That was a
very close,
squeeze.
but yeah, very nicely done by Nick.
I'm surprised Nick is battling with Razor. Razor and Nick were in completely different races. Nick was.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he did change his front wing, but credit to Razor for keeping up with the pace. He's gonna have to go again into turn 1.
Just seeing
Yeah,
some
he
gaps
will.
form, but this is why we love Bahrain, isn't it? The DRS zones, the long straights, the slow corners beforehand. So Nick goes defensive, Razor
place.
around the outside.
The ERS from Nick is so low, he can't keep up. Yeah, he had a slightly better exit. Goes down all the way to the inside. Razor has to go to the outside, can he make it stick? And the switchback, yeah, he doesn't do the switchback, so Nick is safe now, but he really needs to save his ERS in this particular area right now if he wants to. Oh, he goes very right. Oh, he hits him. There's some carbon fiber going off, so.
I don't know, would you classify that as moving under braking? I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
Difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be hard to call.
He's had an incident.
Yeah, Ermi has spun around a little bit.
Lost a couple of positions there.
Oh, Ermi, Razor! Oh my god. Ermi gets a 3-second time penalty, that's the first one. Razor now, even though with the front wing, he's still. He's going very right, yeah, he's really much affected right now. Yeah, I think Nick nothing can do about it in that curve in turn 7 though. If you just go up there, then you're just screwed.
Yeah, I think so, but he definitely did come back
wait.
Razor's path. Razor pit? Is he still need to? No,
Ermi's out.
Ermi has retired.
Oh, yeah, he has. I think that's
He's
the
over
same
there.
place, yeah.
Left hand side, straight in the wall.
Left-hand side. Same corner.
So the champions return back to F1. TS Hub is not going to plan 2 races, 2 DNFs, but more encouraging signs here tonight than last week, you have to say.
Yeah, he definitely he stuck it on second place. A very good lap from him. I think once he gets a bit more used to the tire temperatures and the setups, we'll see him back to not his best, but around his best.
Yeah.
I have to say, Dezake and FaZe have been having their own little mini battle the entire race, and they're within 2 seconds of each other. So keep an eye on that one, because I feel those two are very similar in pace.
Obviously, Dezake picking up some points, and they both come into the pits, so they really like the same part of the racetrack, don't they? And now they're going to share the pit lane. 5-second penalty for Dezake's speed. He looked like he actually slowed down in time there, but because only one Fave was very slow into pits, but obviously just perhaps got on the throttle a little bit. Rex is all over the back of Jorit, by the way, on those fresher mediums, but both drivers running the medium tire.
Oles is also on the back of D-Boy Dan. I think he's going to make a move into turn 1. If the slipstream is pointed enough, it is. Will D-Boy Dan defend? You know he's a bit aggressive as the driver, but yeah, he will defend as Dezake comes out of the pits.
Yeah, that is not smart. That is not smart from Gizmo. I think with.
Oh,
that's
Gizmo.
not Gizmo. No, that was Dezake. So he's a lapped car. He shouldn't have been involved in that.
Sorry, Gizmo. Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, that is just not smart. Oh.
There's a Toro Rosso. I think that's only one phase. Yep, slowing down right off the racetrack to let the leaders through. And behind you can see, I believe it is Nick and Jorit as they head down into turn 3. Sorry, Jorit and Rex.
Jorit hasn't not pit yet, I'm surprised. Dainstar is right on the back of him now.
Yeah, but I think he's going very long. He wants...
I think he should pit now. I think he has to pit now. Jorit, I know Jonas has gone too long on a few occasions.
I think not. I think 13, I think it's... I think
he's going to have fresh tyres to defend with at the end, isn't he?
Yeah, but...
He is, but I feel like he might not even have the chance to defend. There's every possible chance that Dainstar is still quicker than him on those softs when Jonas pits for mediums, because Dainstar is quick.
Gazza's on the back of Razart now, by the way. These two are no strangers to racing with each other. Both race premium drivers.
But they were teammates in season 9 as well, weren't they?
Gizmo and so Gizmo, Jamie, and D-Boy Dan into the pit. So that's going to change the order slightly. Those are our one stoppers for sure.
Oh, Jamie. Oh.
Here comes Gazaman. Looks like it's gonna be an easy overtake.
Yeah. And the inside.
Gizmo feeds out right to the back, right behind this. I'll tell you what, Gizmo, if he can keep up his pace, is looking for, I don't know, maybe 5th?
I think reckon, yeah.
Fresh tires come into play.
I think Gizmo could possibly on for a podium here. I definitely think he's got a good shout. Rex is getting past Jorit. They're side by side as they head down to turn 4. There's a Haas in front of them as well. I believe that's White Eagle, who, or is that Jamie who's just come out? That's Jamie who's just come out the pits. They bang wheels.
Still good, yeah. And
James also on the back of Jonas, who has to pit this lap, you feel.
Yeah. I think 13 was actually the perfect pit window, but I think he has to pit now. He has to. He's gonna stay out.
Yeah.
Don't speed. Very easy to do here.
They wanted every bit of that slipstream.
I was just gonna say he really wanted wanted that slipstream down the start-finish straight. So we've got Jamie, Jorit, and Rex all battling for 8th, 9th, and 10th position now. Jamie just coming out the pits.
Jonas will come out in second. Yeah, comfortably. They would use 26 seconds ahead of Olds before.
Wow.
I don't think it's going to be that comfortable. It's going to be close.
No, not even.
A couple seconds.
It's 4 seconds.
Yeah, almost 4 seconds.
And Olds has to pit again, so if Jonas can push hard enough. Oh, he's even warming up his tires right now. I mean, smart choice.
Olds can go to the end, I think, can't he? 10 laps? No, he's on stop.
He did on lap 5.
Never mind.
Jamie having to defend here really hard against Jorit, the Mercedes driver on the 7 laps older mediums. Obviously trying to go to the end, but might have to stop again. Razor falling down the order after his final pit stop.
I think Jamie needs to lower the tires until he can start pulling away from Jorit.
Our pinnacle tier, by the way, which is our 8 PM middle tier, they're just getting in their lobby now. They'll be live just after 8th when they start their round 2 Bahrain. Danestar sets the fastest lap of the race on 9 lap old soft tyres, so he's still got some pace in that Red Bull. His teammate currently in 5th position. Odems, do you want to run us through the order? Top 16 drivers left in this race.
Yeah, so leading is Danestar from pole position, 24-second gap, and he's yet to pit again. I think it's pretty much a formality at this point that, Jamie is Jamie's just lagging a little bit. It's distracting.
It's any lag, but...
Yeah, 2nd place, Jonas, who started in... Let me find out. Started in 13th place, so amazing job by him to get up into second, a comfortable 2nd as well. Olds up in 3rd place, he has to pit again. Nick also in 4th place, I think he's going to go to the end. Gazaman in 5th, he's going to go to the end. Gizmo's definitely going to the end in 6th on those fresh mediums. Jamie in 7th, just ahead of Jorit. Primeval Rex falling behind these two in 8th, in 9th place. D-Boy Dan 10th place, Stevie G in 11th. Razor in 12th, Stephen Hart pits from 13th place, White Eagle in 14th, and Mosaic, and it's only one phase in 15th and 16th.
Danestar extending that lead at the front, by the way, 25 seconds now it's up to, so when he pits he will come out in front and on quicker, fresher compound of tyres. Our closest battle at the moment, you would have to say, is with Jamie and ARR Gizmo, so they're obviously battling for the same, they're on the same strategy, so they're battling for the same position if they won't be both stopping again. Jamie hounding the back of ARR Gizmo at the moment.
Gizmo's tyres again. It's the same as Australia. His tyres have not heated up at all. Jamie's gonna breathe right down the inside.
Yeah. I don't know who has now the DRS board. I think it is now. Gizmo. I think. Yeah, Gizmo.
Yellow flags.
Yellow sector 2.
This could get messy.
Girls in the pit.
I don't see anybody off.
We just have to hope that Jorit doesn't get a bit too overzealous as Jamie. I
Oh, there
don't
it
think he
goes.
has much
It's
urge to
three
defend
wide. Jamie breaks
is three wide.
very late. But Jamie
Oh,
hangs
that's a good move from
around.
Jordan, you have
No,
to
he's
say.
not gonna make it.
That was a brilliant
That was
move from
actually a
Jorit.
very good move, Jordan. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
hoping he wouldn't just crash into the back of them, but he did much better than that. He just took them both.
Oh, Gizmo, no.
Oh, Jamie!
Jamie!
So almost did what Jordan did to him.
Take it easy, my man.
Jamie,
Yeah,
of course, hasn't finished on the podium. A lot of fourth places, but he wants that. He wants a trophy for the cabinet. But we'll see whether today will be his day. Him and Nero
Dynasty into
Gizmo.
the pits. Dynasty is into the pits, so
Yeah.
going for a
Looks like
set
he's
of
gonna keep the
soft,
lead,
I
too.
reckon. Yeah, I'm actually good. Oh, Jonas, don't go wide there.
Almost onto the gravel. He went so far wide. You've got side by side Jamie. Is he going to be able to go around the outside of Jorit? Right on the curb. Can Jorit's going to hang it
Yes,
back
he
around the
can.
outside? They
Oh,
touch.
he hit the back.
But he touched.
Oh,
Gizmo.
no, Jonas.
Jordan in the
Oh,
wall.
my
Rex,
God.
Rex as well. It's just watching those two, and he's got completely controlled.
Oh, my
He's gained his position,
God.
but he's in the gravel. So a little bit messy there, but Jamie gets his place back. I don't think Jamie did anything wrong there. I think Jordan
No.
sort of wanted the inside line, and they just sort of converged on each other.
Those corners, if you try and go side by side, you are taking obviously a greater risk than, you know, if you're trying to do someone on the brakes. But you have to say, with two long straights coming, Jorit shows how well he did on the brakes on that lap into turn one. He should have just waited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should do that. Meanwhile, Dynasty is coming ahead of him, 2.5 seconds, so yeah, Jonas has to push now a little bit, even though Dynasty is tied and pretty much on top.
at this point.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, all Dynasty has to push now so hard, and
I was
it's
on board
gonna
with
heat up
Rex
straight away. But
during that little incident, and he was just. It was pretty funny. Like as Jordan spun Rex after Gizmo avoided Jordan, very skillfully from Gizmo, I have to say, to avoid Jordan. Rex just sort of got so like bamboozled by the whole development in front of him and just drove himself off the road. I feel for him there. I feel like you're just watching him crying, you just don't know what to do, and you just onto the gravel he went, he gained a position, but now he has Ols alongside him.
ooh. Meanwhile, there's a battle for 10 between Rice and Stevie G. Let's see, Stevie has the DRS.
Always a battle, no matter where you look.
Good thing about Bahrain, of course.
Yeah. And
You've also got
Desmond is
Ols and
into the
Rex.
pits.
Very close.
For a
Rex
second
doesn't get the best exit, so Ols is going to have a really good run here as they head across the DRS line. DRS is going to be open. Ols is going to sail past. They can see AR Gizmo up in just in front. And down the inside.
Ooh, Ols. He was just in neutral for a moment. That's not the gear you want to. And he just lost that to Primal.
Lost the gap as well.
Rex didn't fight it on the straight, but Rex just plowed into him into the corners.
Yeah.
And then Ols, I think, maybe in a bit of panic, went down into neutral and lost even more time. So,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, a bit reckless there from Rex, but Ols, I think he's going to be a tad annoyed by that.
The gap increasing, the two at the front, by the way. Nick currently sitting in third. Can he take those tyres to the end? He's already done 11 laps on him.
Yeah, I think he's still fine.
One lap will be hard.
I think he's just fine by now. I think I did as well in the league weight as well. I mean, I could perfectly have them. You have any troubles with those. And yeah, Dynasty is keeping on center fast at 130.138. So he's just gonna push on like mad. Just wants to dominate this race. I think he does want to not victory, but just a victory just in dominant style. And I think he just wants to do that. I reckon.
Well, we got a bit of a breather, so at the moment, Ol's the only driver you would say about to get within DRS. So, if you're watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Shout out to Cameron, who's just subscribed on the live feed. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at F1TS Hub. What's going on here? Yellow flags, and down the inside is Ol's going to try to return the favour on Rex.
No,
that chunky curve. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still in overtake mode, so he's on the outside. He's gonna go back to the inside. He
Rex
leaves
hit
it.
him,
Wow, rival. He leaves
Rex
way
pretty
too
much
much space in
asked
him.
to go down the inside.
Yeah. And yeah, Old gets the position back. Ooh, he's still a bit of a
He leaves no
touch.
space there though.
Oh.
Think that was fair though. Definitely think that was fair.
I think it was, yeah. Yeah, that's not a corner you typically drive side by side through, but I'm a bit surprised that Rex gave him the space in the first place.
Yeah, that was actually surprising by that.
I've been impressed with the driving today by a lot of these drivers in the podium tier. Obviously you'd have to say mostly experienced tier usually, but Danestar just setting the fastest lap side by side again.
He hit him Rival again. But yeah, this time he has him, and yeah, I think that's it. I think he got him.
This could be a race-long battle.
I think they will, yeah. Meanwhile, just, yeah, times are just flying away right now. I think Jones is only trying to secure now second place. And Nick is driving also his own race, you know, just in no man's land, just for third place. And yeah, let's sector 1 and 2.
Can't see anyone falling down the order. Down the inside, Rex goes again. There's a Pulse India.
Wait, that's Gizmo. That's Gizmo.
Yeah. And also Gazman
and Gazman.
Yeah,
side by side.
It's all kicking off here.
It's all kicking off right now.
I was gonna say Rex just plowed out the inside, but it was actually a very clean move in his defense, and he made it stick. Old left the door open, and Rex said thank you. Yeah, and they both got past Gizmo, who I noticed they weren't losing too much time to, they were battling, and there you see have it. Gizmo's made a bit of a mistake, and he's fallen down the order.
Yeah.
Great stuff here at F1 TS Hub.
Right. Prime goes very right, and Old is actually gonna straight past him now with VRS.
These two do not want to stay in their positions.
Yeah.
Our Pinnacle race, by the way, 8 PM tier just starting now, so if you want to find out what happens in that one, you can obviously head over, but we'd prefer if you stay with us for the final 7 laps whilst they start qualifying. Danestar leading the way, Jonas in second, Nick in third, Jamie fourth, Alls makes up your top 5. Rex is having a good battle with him at the moment though for that top 5 position, and Rex, you have to say a lot more under control in that McLaren this season than he was last.
Yeah, Rex last season was just a walking accident. He has to be said. Usually would just send himself into a barrier, and that would be that. But he's looking a lot more composed. He's still a bit crash happy, but not too significant.
This field from 5th position down to Razor and 10th. They're only if they're separated, it's only by a couple of seconds. So I expect this to be our area of focus for the final 7 laps of this race. Rex getting very close. He's good on the brakes in that McLaren this season as well, Sean.
Yeah, just sticking down everywhere, but he also has to be careful on his tires. It's pretty old, but yeah, he's doing now a very good job. He's still stick on with Ols for at the moment, even though he's now out of DRS range. But yeah, he's doing a fantastic job. Even though we've dragged him for those ultras a very long time.
That's taking care of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon that Prival can.
No!
Prival, no! Oh my God, Prival! Oh, think about
I was on board with Gaza there, and just the second the car showed a little bit of a lift,
he just would get. The car went a little bit loose, but oh, that was just scary now with Gasman. I thought they were just gonna collide. It was on a collision on that, but thank God it didn't happen, and still safe good, but his tires now gonna get warmed up even more.
Keep commentator cursing people this race. Every time we say they're doing well,
I think we have to stop with that, I think.
Here comes Razor down the inside. That position is going to be... he's going to get it. If we can slow the car down. Rex is going to obviously try and do the switch back, but I think he needs to be careful.
He's still on the line. I think he still has the position, yeah.
Yep.
Razor was very courteous there in giving him room.
And
what a squeeze!
Oh, what a squeeze!
The bare minimum from Primeval Rex there.
another
was
inch,
very-
and that would have been him spinning around, and probably them
so,
both.
yeah.
So how the margins are so fine on a Formula 1 car when you're battling at these sorts of speeds, and that's exactly how you need to give someone room. Razor getting close in the braking zone. Sean, talk of this braking zone. We haven't spoken about it. It's one of the most difficult on the calendar as Razor gets the DRS. Rex is deciding which way to go. Razor goes to the inside and down the inside on the brakes. Rex is going to hold it, but
Rex, no,
goes wide.
just outside of track.
But turn
Yeah,
9, Sean,
brakes on-
it's difficult, isn't it?
It is difficult, and especially if you are no assist, it is hard. But even though I'm driving it for a very long time, and for me it's not that hard anymore, but if you just come up and try no assist, turn 9 is actually one of the torturous corners to actually take. But
Oh no.
and Prideful, oh my.
I was just seeing him look at it and I was like, that's a bad idea.
My heartbeat goes even faster.
But he lost a lot of time, was a bit
Yeah,
needed, but he's got
but
a
he's still-
massive jump in the
Yeah.
straight. Will he go for it?
There he goes. Yeah. Ooh, why is he still keeping it though?
Razor
he
always a
actually
very
still got
fair
it back.
driver.
Wow. Very good job, and also D-Boy Dan and Ewa Gutman are still going at it, so we have a fight for
Like last week.
7 and 8 and 9 of 10, so great job to see, and yeah. But as you said, with the 9 Nick, it is a pretty tough corner. If you have no ABS, you have to brake as late as you dare, and Gizmo defend D-Boy Dan, little of contact, no debris coming off, so D-Boy Dan is good for now. With this corner, you just have to brake as late as you dare and not try to keep. And that's a. Ooh, you took the corner pretty wide that D-Boy.
Gazman, we were watching these battles, but Gazman's also catching on to O's. So.
He catching, actually, yeah. And also,
Oh,
Jamie is actually.
D-Boy down on the inside.
Oh,
He makes
wow.
it stick. Gizmo goes right down the inside.
That's
Razor's
crazy.
there.
Get himself involved.
Razor there, yeah. Maybe even.
Oh, Razor spun it!
My God, that's the third time we see a driver. Oh, no!
Ghost, he
Ooh.
ghosted. The Renault squeezes through. That would have heart and
my
mouth
God.
stuff as he came and saw that Williams on the racetrack,
my
but he
God.
moves into 10th. So can he
That is
score a point for
actually-
Renault?
You have another switching fest. This battle
that
for
was
7
just-
is insane.
My heartbeat went so fast at that moment. I mean, never trust the shady Codemasters goalie system. I actually feared for the worst for a good man.
We're
Stevie
down
G.
on the outside
There
of
he goes.
Gizmo. Bit of contact with
Easy,
Gizmo.
no.
and Gizmo.
Defending very well.
People that didn't want
also-
to switch in there for some odd reason.
Yeah.
He's
also-
sort of staying away from it.
And also, Jamie is actually closing down pretty fast on Nick, by the way.
Rex just plowed into the back of D-Boy Dan and lost a bit of his front wing.
So Stevie moves ahead of his teammate who's in the pits for some repairs in that William. That's a disappointing end to the race for Razor. Chance for fastest lap possibly though.
Blindfold? Oh my God.
Gizmo's being a massive bottleneck. Stevie G's now catching up onto this.
Oh,
Rex
Rex,
on the
Oh my
inside.
God, Blindfold.
that was
David
dangerous.
G.
Very. I don't
Every
know how-
corner, he sees just an overtake opportunity, that guy. He sees opportunities everywhere. Now, he's gonna go for it here?
Oh,
no.
D-Boy Dan.
Oh, now D-Boy Dan does it. I think those drivers are just seeing every corner as an overtake. Wow, that is a very wide line, D-Boy Dan.
You think they should see, you know, what happened to Razor, obviously experienced driver at F1 TSR. It just shows you
Oh,
anyone
yeah,
can make
facts.
mistakes.
Oh, that's Steve G. Jimmy D spun round.
Yeah.
And still sits in second, 10th place.
Same corner.
Why is everyone struggling with that corner so much? Are they just really suffering on
corner,
traction?
They
think so.
changed it during this day. Yeah, it's basically if you're. I think it's something to do with the suspension. If it's maybe a bit too stiff, and your tires
Yeah.
are worn, it'll just lift off from you. Either that or if you push the curb.
Blindfold, what are you doing? You just plowed it into the wheel deeper, then you just had to take it easy there, you know, but I think his brakes are working too good for him, and now he hasn't broken from there, and I think this
And-
fight for him is just...
D-Boy Dan gets the position on Gizmo as well.
Yeah, oh, he goes very wide there, but still has him.
Yellow flag sector 1.
That's for... Yeah, quickly cleared. Also, I just noticed now...
Gaz has got holes.
Yeah, I think we all know it at the
Oh,
same
yeah.
time.
Oh, wow.
I
Nice
saw they were within
synchronizing.
half a second, but I didn't want to turn
Yeah,
off
yellows.
those three. So who's struggling in sector 1 and 2? Someone must have had some sort of incident for those yellows. Neither do I.
Possibly just a lapped car for Danestar.
I actually just watched the gaps for a pretty long time. Jamie is and yellows again in sector 2. What is happening to everyone?
I'm not too sure. Gizmo's still holding on to D-Boy Dan, so they got comfortable in the steward's office, didn't they? And now they're getting comfortable again here this week in Bahrain. Duel in the desert.
Jamie was caught up to Nick quite a lot. And you have to say,
I just wanted to say that.
What could have been? What could have been for Jamie? That's about a 5-second gap he's made up to the Mercedes driver.
Yeah,
lap 27 out of 29, guys.
What in the world is happening here? It's for D-Boy Dan. Or sector 3?
Side by side.
Oh, that's for only one phase. He just spun around and he hasn't broken front wing.
Only one phase is Sean, one of our I think our only female driver at F1 TS Hub. So currently a lap down. Only one phase. Yes, she's and Razor sets the fastest lap of the race.
Sorry, only one phase. Excuse me.
They told me that a race ago. I've been saying he the whole time.
I didn't even know we had a female driver in Podium. So.
Yeah, it's fantastic to have obviously male and female drivers at F1 TS Hub. D-Boy Dan going wide.
So wide.
Oh, they touch.
Didn't really have to work for that overtake, and the stewards are going to resume hostilities. I reckon going to end up catching back up.
3.5. Do you think Jamie can do this?
I think he can do this. The gap is just tumbling down quick, you know, just.
We have. No, I don't think so. There's only, what, 2 more laps left? James is about to start his final lap, isn't he?
No.
We haven't mentioned, of course, if you are interested in joining F1 TS Hub, you can head over to the website and join our waiting list, www.f1tshub.com. Another 18 drivers are currently taking part in the Pinnacle Tier qualifying. It'll be interesting to compare their lap times with Danestar, who obviously we know set that blinder, yellow flags in Sector 3 again.
You were down on the inside of Gizmo. He gets the move done.
They're almost just not fighting that much because they feel like, alright, you go past, I'll get you next corner mentality.
Yeah. And Riser 29.6, so he's in the far left. The gap is 3.2 between Jamie and Nick. I don't think it will happen. Although he has to lift off Nick actually in turn 14, so Jimmy can pick up some time on that, but he needs to start his
final lap.
Yep. Yeah. So it won't be long before he takes and I believe that'll be let's have a quick look. I believe that'll be his first win at F1 TS Hub, will it not?
Yes.
Yes.
I believe Danestar joined last season when Reflow was winning everything. Who knows, maybe he could become the new Reflow / Kane.
The gap is
Gizmo, by the way, is still stuck on the back of D-Boy Dan, so he's gonna have another go into the last corner.
Those two are just love each other. Looks like it.
Yeah.
Well,
it's almost our fight again. Beautiful to see.
Toro Rosso versus Force India, final lap. Down the inside goes the Force India. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. I am going to switch over to Danestar because he deserves the camera as he crosses the line to take his maiden win at F1 TS Hub from pole position. A Sunday drive almost. And Jonas, though, did put up a bit of a strategic fight. Side by side still go the Toro Rosso and the Force India. But Danestar's weaving. He's happy. It's another Red Bull win at F1 TS Hub for Season 12. And he takes his first win. Congratulations to Danestar. What a drive. Here comes Jonas in the Ferrari. Another podium. That's another solid result for him. Really scoring those points for Ferrari. Nick, podium in the podium tier.
Jamie's closing.
Yeah, right on the back of him. Nick must have had a mistake or something.
His tires must be absolutely cooked.
Yeah, there he goes out of the final corner.
Jamie got a bit too much curve.
Unfortunately.
That is so close. Heartbreaking stuff.
Out of
Jamie
fuel.
crosses line. Another 4th position for him. Nick takes 3rd. Gaza's going to come home in 5th. So Red Bull again scoring loads of points. Ols takes 6th position. And this battle between D-Boy Dan and the Force India is still going.
Be a dive bomb from Gizmo. They're going to be a dive bomb from Gizmo. No doubt about that.
You have to try it, don't you? You have to try it.
You have to try it. There he goes.
Ooh.
Oh no. Good late braking by D-Boy Dan. Good late braking.
Rex and Stevie G. Stevie G got past Rex, and Rex looks like he's forgot to change out of first gear there, and he's lost position. So Stevie G takes 9. Rex takes the final point.
There we have it. What could have been for Rex, you feel? He could have had a bigger point score than that, but his first point this season. Yeah, D-Boy Dan did finish ahead of AR Gizmo in that battle. Jorit takes 11th position. Razor is going to come across the line with the fastest lap and 12th position. Boys, Bahrain, been a good one.
Yeah,
it was a good one.
Battles all around.
Luckily not that many retirements, and just loads and loads of on-track battles, and again a one dominant drive by the Red Bull driver. Just a fantastic qualifying, fantastic race pace, and just overall a truly great drive by him. So I wonder if he's even suited for the podium, and maybe even can do a mid-season switch and go for the pinnacle. He has the pace for it. I mean, this race has said it all, that he is ready for. Maybe even now go for the pinnacle, in my opinion.
Well, they've had the champagne. We've seen the top 3. Let's bring you official confirmation of the results for round 2 Bahrain in the podium tier. Danestar takes the win. Jonas in 2nd. Nick in 3rd. Jamie takes 4th. No surprise there. He loves that 4th position by half a second off the podium. We've got Gaza in 5th position. 6th is Ols. 7th D-Boy Dan. 8th is Gizmo. 9th is Stevie G. 10th is Rex. Jorit in 11th. 12th is Razart. 13th Stevie Hart. 14th White Eagle. 15th Dazik, and 16th is Only One Phase. Those 3 had a very quiet race after incidents. We obviously didn't get to focus too much of the camera on them. Ermi and Liam both DNF'd. Liam obviously suffering that lag incident, which really is suffering his season at the moment. But you have to say he is definitely a championship contender if he can just have a clean race.
Yeah, for sure. I feel for him. I was just laughing at Jamie in the chat. He said he'd rather DNF than finish 4th again.
Well,
I actually want to say, who is your guys' driver of the day?
Danestar easily.
I want to say Danestar as well, but seeing Jonas from 13th and doing actually a very good job, I'm just gonna go for Jonas. Just from 32 seconds, keeping in a good strategy. I mean, Adam Dinosaur did a dominant performance. But I think Jonas did a fantastic job for 32 seconds and taking good amount of points for Ferrari. So I'm gonna go for Jonas.
I have to agree with you, Sean. I think he did brilliantly. And 2 podiums for Jonas as well at the start of this season. So let's see where this title battle takes us when we return to the track next week. For now, you've got your Pinnacle tier live over on the same channel at F1 TS Hub. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Big thanks to everyone for watching tonight. We thoroughly enjoyed that. We hope the drivers did as well. And we look forward to welcome the Podium tier back next Friday. Prestige tier will be on at 9 PM later on tonight with commentary from Jack and Alex. So good luck to them and all the drivers. We're hearing it's going to be a full grid. Odems, obviously you'll be racing. So good luck to you as well. Make sure no one pulls you away from your controller at the start this time.
Well,
and
hopefully.
so thank you everyone for watching. Been a pleasure, and see you next week.